Hi everyone, welcome to Skylight Tarot. I hope everyone is doing great and amazing. So today's pickle card reading is messages from your higher self or the universe about your current love situation. So if you're someone who's kind of feeling stuck, if you're someone who is not finding answers about a connection, or you're trying to heal something, then this reading is for you. Basically, if you feel stuck, if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling lost, then you can consider this reading as a guidance, or something that you wanted to check out perhaps. Okay, so but again, this is not your personal reading, this is not individualized. So this is a collective reading. So take what resonates and leave out what is not resonating. Your intuition is the best guide to know whatever is working out for you or whatever is not working out for you. Okay. On that note, we will get started. So pile number one is this. Um, this is the oracle cards. These three. I'm forgetting the name of these. These are like light, work your light oracle. It looks like this. Pile number two is, what is this oracle name? Wait, I have the box. This oracle says, I don't know what is the name here. Oh, Gateway Oracle. Okay, I'm sorry for the long pause. And pile number three, this is the Soul Journey lesson cards or the oracle. Okay, so whichever design that you get more drawn to, you can get started. Okay, now if you're someone who basically selects pile using zodiac sign, you can use your sun sign, moon sign, ascendant, Venus, whatever works your case. Just in case you don't know, simply go by your birthday month. Okay, so pile number one, Virgo, Scorpio, Libra, and Cancer. Pile number two, Aries, Gemini, Leo, and Taurus. Pile number three, Aquarius, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. Okay, so these are your options and your choices, and I'll see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile number one. So, those of you who resonated with Work Your Light Oracle, this is going to be a reading. We're checking messages from your higher self about your current love situation. All right, your current love situation, messages from your higher self. We have the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Okay. File number one, messages from their higher self about the current love situation. We have awakening ancient wisdom, deep inner knowing is emerging within me. And then we have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Excuse me. Okay, your current love situation. This is something about a connection that is carrying some karma from the past life. This is basically a past life connection. Um, but in this lifetime, there is something that needs to happen. Something is being initiated, and something needs to be completed in this lifetime. Okay. Um, you could have been someone who had a very intense emotions for this person, the kind of emotions that you have never experienced with anyone else. And there is always a feeling that is it, I mean, you're trying to fit a label to this connection, first of all, but you don't know which label to give to this connection. Sometimes you feel it's a twin flame connection, sometimes you feel it's a karmic connection, sometimes you feel it's, I don't know, a soulmate or something. If you are someone who's looking for a label, let me tell you, it's a past life connection. Okay, it is a past life connection. There are certain connections in our life which we carry. There are soul contracts that we decide that we will gonna meet in this lifetime just to finish certain lessons. So we're gonna see what this initiation is about. What is it that they are awakening within you? And this is more like the outcome. Like, what can you do to heal yourself? Not heal the connection, to heal yourself. Healing the connection, healing the other person is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is only to heal yourself, okay? All right, why is the initiation here? We have the High Priestess, Seven of Vessels, that is Seven of Cups, and Page of Wands, that is Page of Sticks. And at the bottom, we have the Wheel of Fortune and Justice. This is a past life connection. This connection is basically here. You have lived a lot of lifetimes with this person, and in this lifetime, you guys are here to complete your karmas of the lifetime, to clear out any energetic residual that's left of the lifetime. This could have been a connection that felt very intense, like I said in the beginning, but there is some inner knowing that you have that you can do this. This is like meant for you. You have to do it. Because all I see here is that even though the journey is hard, even though it's emotionally very, very intense, I know how to navigate this. Or basically, you were always drawn towards them. Subconsciously, you were always manifesting them, perhaps, or something or the other thing just keeps happening when you are basically questioning everything. Like, what do I really want out of this connection? This connection is here to basically let you explore the illusions that you were carrying within yourself. Okay? Illusions in the sense everything looks nice on the surface. Now, the emotional illusions that you carry, like for example, if you're someone who is like, oh, I want a partner who is nice and handsome or beautiful, who earns good, who is, nice to talk, etc., etc. So these are my qualities. And if I have gotten this kind of a partner, I will definitely fall in love, or I will definitely, um, think about commitment with this kind of a person because this is basically my type. I want someone who is tall, well built, etc., etc. These are all the illusions. These are not coming from your depth, the emotions that you feel. And this person is ready, it's basically coming here to crack you open, to make you understand what you truly want internally, what your heart truly desires. It is not coming here to let you know, hey, you know what, the checklist that you have made is bad. No, it's not saying you can still have a tall person, a rich person, etc., etc. But what is it that you truly want? That emotional intensity, so that you can get in touch with yourself, you can get in touch with your intuition. And when your intuition says this is the person for you, you really listen to your intuition. And when your intuition says this is just a facade, you will gonna get heartbroken later on. So get out of this connection. You will gonna get out of this connection. Okay. So what is it here in this connection, that this connection is basically letting you explore yourself, letting you explore new possibilities, growth opportunities, your own emotions. And it's kind of giving you that kind of a motivation to go forward, to explore within, to go within. Okay. What is awakening ancient wisdom? We have Four of Cups. We have Seven of Swords. Oh my God. And we have Two of Cups. Okay, first of all, Three of Swords, Page of Cups, the Hermit. Okay. Awakening ancient wisdom. You had been actually not trying to address your feelings, or you had been someone who was always about the outer world. You were never about the inner world, which is completely fine. I think this is part of the soul journey. Okay. You were always about, I want a partner that others should see and say, wow, oh, this is like, I used to be that kind of a person. I used to, want to hang out with people and want a partner that others would say, wow, what a man that you're with. But at the same time, while things look very nice on the outside, it really doesn't look that satisfying on the inside. So, this is like when you really want to get in touch with yourself, you are someone who's basically sneaking away because you're letting society tell you what you want. You're letting conditioning, societal conditioning, um, come in the way of what your heart truly desire. Okay. And you're not valuing a connection that is meant for you just because it doesn't fit your criteria. Okay. If that is the case for you, now this could be someone like who is following a lot of cultural beliefs, that I would want this kind of a person who follows the same religion, or who follows the same culture, or who comes from this particular background, maybe educational background or something. But this is not what a connection should look like. A connection is only about what your heart truly wants. When you are with that person, do you feel aligned, or you don't feel aligned? If you're not feeling aligned, no matter what degree they have, no matter what religion they follow, no matter how many other people praise them, no matter what job do they hold and what kind of cars they drive, you will never feel aligned. And if this is something that you're continuing to do, you will never feel that satisfaction with anyone else. Because if you see this two of vessels coming in here, I don't know, there is like the image that I'm getting. What are they doing? Kayaking. Okay. And it's basically a joint effort. It's a partnership. Both of them are aligned to go forward. Both of them are aligned for growth. Both of them are aligned to basically see this relationship growing and going somewhere. So are you and the other person aligned or not? Do you have the same vision or not? Is this person making you feel safe or not? Those are the questions that you need to ask before you actually choose someone. I had a bad throat infection. Okay, so pardon my voice and a few episodes of cough if I get in the middle, although I'll pause the video for that. I don't want you to put, I don't want you guys to go through what I'm going through just by hearing as well. But okay, my voice might not be as clear as possible. Clarify honesty. We have Page of Pentacles, that is Page of Stones. We have the Magician, and we have Queen of Queen of Swords. And at the bottom, we have Five of Pentacles. And then we have Six of Stones. If you can see here, pile number one, there is this kid who is like happy, okay? And there is this kid who's like inside reading a book. This is about how do you view life? What do you want to do? Do you want to experience joy? Are you both aligned or not? Let's just say if we are taking this example, if it's raining and you would like to go out, go for a drive, etc., etc., while this person is a homebody. Again, it's not about just the rain example. It is about life in general. How do you guys view life in general? And this is about the rain as well, because this is a part of their nature together, all together. Something that I was getting. See, I want to make this reading very, very useful so that we can actually understand, get some clarity at least, if not all. Okay, so with Page of Stones coming in here, and the Magician, and the Queen of Sticks. What I'm seeing here is that who is doing the work? If you're getting into a connection where both of you are not partnering up, where you are not aligned with your intuition, where things just don't seem to be balancing or working, you would be the one ending up doing most of the work. Emotional labor, to some extent physical labor, to some extent the entire burden of the relationship will gonna be on you. Now, why would I say that? Because if you're really manifesting or expecting to be with someone who people will think and say, wow, and if that person doesn't align with you, you have to keep up with that facade that you chose to be in. Pile number one, first of all, especially when you're not feeling emotionally happy about a connection. And if you're happy about a connection, if you're so much consumed about a connection, it doesn't matter how many people are saying, wow, at a person, or, you just won't care because you were so much consumed in each other's company. So, do you want a partnership that is more aligned? The view, the life that you see is different? Do you want to experience joy? Or this is something that you would just want to carry through because of the conditioning? So, what you really need to look at here, pile number one, after all of this, is that this person is basically here to crack you open. Crack you open in the sense, in terms of your intuition, your emotion. your brain part and your heart part was basically not in sync. And after this person coming in, your emotions were this much intense that you first did not understand, and your brain and your heart was like completely haywire. Okay, because your logic was mentioning something else, your heart was mentioning something else. You had this intensity, but your brain is like, no, this connection doesn't make sense, etc., etc. So there was a lot of turmoil, and what happened in that turmoil is that that dormant energy that you were having since lifetimes, that is kind of awakening. Like what you did in the past, what you did in the past lifetime, that is all coming to surface, that is all clearing up to be healed first of all, so that you can get in touch with yourself, so that you can recognize what is it that you truly want. Do you want a partnership that is like equal, okay, or you want an arm candy or a checklist where someone looks good on the outside, but you are the one who's basically doing most of the labor. And a labor doesn't mean the physical labor, okay? The labor can be anything. You're the one who's basically um, carrying the load of the relationship. Now, why would I say that you're going to carry the load? Because there is a lifetime of burdens that you were carrying all this while, pile number one. That was already happening with you. You were already carrying all these burdens now. So, do you want to continue to do it, or you want to just stop it? It's all up to you. This person opened up your heart chakra. This person has helped you, whatever, knowingly, unknowingly. Most of it, it's unknowingly. Their energy, their reactions, that kind of triggered you, so that you can understand what is it that you truly want in a relationship. Okay, so take it how it resonates, and it also, for some of you, it is all about belief system as well. Like, I want someone to treat me a certain way. But then you can always get someone to treat you a certain way. But then what about the balance? What about the mutual feelings? What about when you're with this person? Do you feel that time is just standstill? Do you feel that we are kind of consumed in each other's aura? If that is the case, then this is your person. If that is not the case, then you need to relook at your life choices. Okay, file number one. I hope this helped. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye bye. Take care. Hi, Pal 2. So, those of you who resonated with the Gateway Oracle cards, we are checking this relationship or your love life, messages from your higher self. We have Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. Pile number 2, messages from Pile 2's higher self. I'm having a bad throat, so ignore my voice and a few places where I'll just gonna cough. We have proceeding softly. My inner power grows in the moments of quietude. File number 2, messages from your higher self about your love life. We have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. For some of you, your higher self wants you to know that there is a beauty in surrendering to the process of intimacy, connection. You don't have to have all the answers. Okay, so you don't have to have all the answers right at the beginning. For some of you, you could be more like you are meeting someone and you are in your head already figuring out the outcomes. Is it like, will this person make a great husband or a wife? Will this person do this? You are basically judging the other person based on what you have in mind or the outcome that you have in mind. Is this person devoted to me enough? Is this person giving me enough attention, etc., etc.? Take it how it resonates. But it's more like you are someone who is very controlling about judging the other person. Now, hear me out, okay? I mean, we've all been there. I have been there too. So it's not that I was born perfect, okay? So it's just that someone had to say it just so that, we kind of understand it. So just hear me out. You are someone who is judging the other person based on an outcome. What do you want? So, what you're not doing is be open to that experience, be open to what this person has to offer, because your viewpoint is so much narrowed that you will only going to see a relationship or judging this person or his or her actions based on that viewpoint. Anything else in the periphery will just gonna put you off. Okay, that is because you want to control the outcome, because there is a fear of rejection. Like, what if I put my time, investment into this connection and then nothing works out? What this connection or what your higher self wants you to know is that you need to learn that the process, when you surrender to the process and you let things unfold naturally, that's when it's best enjoyed. That's when it's one of the best things that can happen to you. Okay, so this is basically, I would say, your higher self is wanting you to get in touch with your feminine side. Genders don't matter. The feminine side, which is more flowing, which is more intuitive, which is more light, which is more fun, which is more in touch with um, his or her emotions. Okay, and we all have that irrespective of our gender. You need to nurture your feminine side so that you're not judging the connections based on fear. Okay, let's see what is coming here. Sisterhood of the Rose. We have the Chariot. Okay, we have the Strength. Chariot, Strength, and we have King of Wands. Chariot is about, like I was saying, Chariot is about the will and determination, the steady and the forward movement. You know the direction that you want, you know the outcome, you know the destination, and that's where you're headed. Your intuition is basically telling you to have strength. And if you can see, there is a baby here. So the baby here is trying to tell you that babies can grow up to be like anything, right? They can be devoted to you, they can not be devoted to you, they can become the most version of what you have imagined, or they can, turn out to be disappointing sometimes, okay, when they grow up, when they are old. And we're humans, and that's how we treat relationships. So how but what you are doing here is that you are basically looking for a dedication. Mother here sort of signifies the dedication that she has for her cub. While that is the case, oh, and I just saw a cat just down there. Okay. Anyway, so this could be a confirmation that you have to get in touch with your intuition, because cats are a part of intuition. Okay, so basically, that was a very cute sight though. But okay, anyway, the point that I'm trying to make here is that this lioness, she will gonna treat her cub with dedication, with loyalty, with devotion, all right, because she's raising her own kid. What the kid needs to do when the kid grows up to be an adult, that is something that she has to let go. We humans don't let go, animals do. They don't control their adult offsprings. They kind of let them go. They teach them everything and then they let them go. That's what the nature demands. This is about surrender. This is about literally learning what the process is, okay? With the King of Wands coming in here, this is when you are showing up despite the obstacles, okay? You are showing up because you know how to navigate yourself, because you're guided by your intuition, you're guided by the universe. You kind of understand your value, like this is what I want. And if at any point in time, if I feel that, things are just not working out, my intuition will gonna tell me, and I'm gonna get out of this relationship and I'm gonna move on to the next one. But on the first date itself, or I'm not gonna meet a person having an outcome in my mind, thinking that this has to go towards marriage. So let me just judge this person based on the qualities I want in a husband or a wife. Okay. Now this example was a bad example, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that all you can do, like a mother does to the child here, all this lioness can do is do the needful, is show up, be devoted, and then what really transpires is basically what universe has to offer. So have faith in the universe and learn to trust your intuition. You kind of will just gonna know how to navigate it while trusting your intuition. You don't have to control every outcome, because something tells me you are very anxious of choosing the wrong person for yourself, which is why you are hyper vigilant. And this hyper vigilance is not serving you. It's just blocking you. It's resisting. Why is he proceeding softly here? We have the moon, we have Knight of Pentacles, and we have King of Cups, and at the bottom we have Nine of Cups. And in the shadows we have the devil, the tower. Okay. This is basically about illusions. It is about illusions, because the moon also represents some sort of an illusion, the fear, etc., etc. This is, see, breaking the illusions, working on yourself, and then having that emotional stability. All three are something that's difficult, but the easy way to do it is when you are completely calm, out from all the distractions, and just getting in touch with yourself, whether it's meditating, whether it's journaling, you will gonna figure out a lot of answers, really a lot of answers. Okay, and if some of the answers are not coming to you, that maybe it's not the time, maybe you need to like figure out what else that you need to do to get that answer. But the question or the point that I'm trying to make here is that you will always get an answer to a question that you're putting out into the universe or you're asking your higher self. But it's your illusion that will gonna distort the right answer. So this kind of represents you have to be emotionally very grounded, okay? You have to be very calm, because something here tells me when you are actually navigating a relationship with anyone else in general, how you're proceeding and your fear basically will gonna take over at some point in time. You're like, okay, so this time onwards I'll be surrendering, but then your fear will gonna take over. And when it's gonna take over, you don't have to let it take over by remaining calm. That is the only way. Okay. Clarify courage. Six of Cups, the Fool, and Page of Stones. And at the bottom, we have Five of Stones, Six of Stones, Three of Blades. Okay. 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 Um, Something tells me that when you're listening to me, perhaps you are kind of making a promise that, okay, fine, I should do that. But then when you're actually you will gonna do that, you will be someone, just to protect yourself, you will be someone who will be very very safe. You'll be very detached perhaps from this person, or you will feel like I don't have to invest too much into this connection, so that I don't get hurt later on, because right now there is there is no guarantee whether this relationship will gonna flourish, or it's just gonna go down the drain. All these ego talks will gonna come in, they will gonna come in. But at the same time, what you're being asked here is that have a confidence in your feelings, have a confidence in yourself, that also have a confidence in the universe, because you're coming in the energies of surrendering. The Fool also represents surrendering, taking that leap of faith. But show up, not playing safe, by coming from the heart. Okay, being very very genuine in this connection, or in the connections that you're willing to explore. Put little investment, because when you are living in the now, you're not putting very high investments, you're not putting very high stakes. It's not that after the 10th date you're like, hey baby, you know what, let's just buy a car together, let's just buy a house together. No, you're not doing that. Okay, or let's move in together. Small investments over the period of time, it will gonna look like a bigger commitment. And the way that you will gonna show up, by not nagging the other person or not judging the other person, but really being in your own element, enjoying every little things in life, and being so emotionally open, this person will this person or the other person or whatever that you're feeling like, will genuinely going to fall for you, will genuinely going to be with you. And in fact, not this person, even you will gonna fall in love with yourself, with the way that you will be handling things. Okay, pile number 2, it looks like what your higher self wants you to know is that don't try to control the outcome, just because you are fearing rejection, just because you're fearing that something bad will gonna happen or you'll be heartbroken. Don't do that. Trust your intuition, trust that all you have to do is just show up. Okay, all you have to do is just show up, and being vulnerable, being genuine, take that leap of faith and leave things to the universe. However, if you're someone who gets a little bit, carried away in your own illusions or ego, or, you know, when you get a little bit worried, when you are into overthinking, etc., etc., all you can do is just calm yourself down, ground your emotions. Things will just be fine. Okay, so this is what your higher self wants you to know, pile number two. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys at your reading next. Hi, pile three. So, those of you who resonated with the soul journey lesson oracle, this is going to be a reading. We're checking messages from your higher self or the universe about your current love situation. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Listening with your heart. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. Okay. And we have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. First of all, pile number three, what I'm getting for you is that your intuition is always on point when it comes to connections, when it comes to love, when it comes to whether this person is for you or not. You are perhaps, you're not you're not listening to your intuition. This is what I'm getting. You're not listening to your intuition, what your intuition is trying to say, because okay, so if this is something that, let's just say, taking an example, okay, you started dating a guy or a girl, and your intuition is telling you that there is something off here. Pile three, there is something off. This person is not into you, this person is here to take advantage, but this person does everything right. This person has a good smile, great to talk to, says all the right things, does all the right things, and you're somehow kind of feeling drawn towards this person. It's all a facade. It's all a facade. But because of how attractive they are, because of how they are making you feel at this point in time, you kind of feel that, okay, so let me give it a try. This person is so good. So maybe this person is spending on you and spending you. What am I saying? Spending on you, buying you expensive gifts. After a point in time, and you always had this nudge that this person has another ulterior motive. But then you are like, no, this person is into me. They're buying me gifts. They're taking me out to expensive restaurants. Um, and everything seems so great. They say all the right things. They give me flowers, or perhaps they give me gifts, etc., etc. But your intuition is always telling you, no, there is something more here. 20 days later, this person asks you that I am out of my place and I need a place to live. Or maybe asks you for an expensive amount Let's just say, you know what, hey, can I get this much money? I really need it urgently, and I'm going to return it. At that time, you'll be like, oh, I was being warned about it, but now what should I do? Because you're so much burdened by all of this. You didn't ask for any of this, first of all. You didn't ask for the gifts, but this person was doing it and you were just receiving it. But then see, I'm not saying that there is something wrong in receiving, but it is about your intuition telling you, this was just an example, your intuition telling you that someone is here to push your boundaries. Someone is pushing your boundaries. It could be this could be one of the ways. There could be other ways the person is doing it, maybe manipulating you into getting physical, manipulating you into for financial help, manipulating you into that you are saying that you're the one, however they don't act like. Okay, so in a way they are taking some advantage from you. Because you're not listening to your intuition. You're not listening to what your heart is trying to say. Your heart is trying to say that, hey, this is not the person I'm feeling aligned with. I am not getting the same energies from this person. But then you're so much, indebted, or if not in depth, you're basically someone who lacks boundaries and let people in very easily, and then people kind of take advantage of that. So what you really need to do is nourish your intuition. First of all, when you will going to nourish your intuition, you will going to understand that there is a way to establish boundaries. There is a way to say no to people who don't align with you. Clarify boundaries. Okay, we have Knight of Stones, that is Knight of Pentacles. We have Seven of Cups, and we have Five of Stones, and then we have Five of Sticks. Sorry for my bad throat. I know it's kind of reflected in my voice as well, but okay. Okay, so this is basically Knight of Stones sort of represents that how grounded you are. No matter how much persistent the other person is, no matter how much this person shows you, with the Nine of Cups coming in here with um, Five of Wands, no matter how dramatic or how grandeur this person or the other person or people in your life kind of um, show up, what you need to do is that you need to establish better boundaries. These boundaries are something that's non-negotiable. If someone is trying to negotiate the boundaries based on emotions, confusions, you are someone using your intuition can see what is the real truth. Like, if you can see, there is no one way out of it. Now, why is the intuition needed here? The intuition is needed because if you can see this man, it's kind of raining. This looks like they are both his sons, and it's raining. One of, oh sorry, this is a daughter. Pardon me. This is a daughter. She's the one who's kind of playing. He's the one who's inside the tent reading a book, and both seem to be enjoying. So he actually knows that both of them are happy. My kids are happy. Okay. So what your intuition will also going to guide you is this in your best interest? If someone is confusing you with emotions, if someone is overwhelming you with emotions, giving you emotional burden about your boundary, you use your intuition to see the bright side, to see the real truth, whether this is aligning with you or it's not aligning with you. Okay, this doesn't mean that you have to be rigid, that this is my boundary and I'm not going to let anyone cross it. This kind of mean that you basically looking at your intuition to know. Like, for example, if I get into a relationship, for me the boundary could be like, taking an example, the boundary could be that I don't want to loan money to my partner. Okay, now that is something which is, if this is non-negotiable to me, this is not my boundary, I'm just giving an example. If this is something that is non-negotiable, then and my partner really needs it, out of love I'm just going to listen to my intuition, and if my intuition says that hold that compassion, okay, and help this person out, I'm going to help this person out. And if my intuition says there's something is wrong here, then I'm going to listen to my intuition and I'm going to say no. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to mean when it comes to boundaries. Emotional confusion, people with intense emotions coming towards you, dismantling your boundaries, love bombing you, and then taking advantage of you. All these kinds of boils down to only one thing. If you are not in touch with your intuition, in touch with your heart, you will fall victim to these people, and these people will just gonna take advantage of you because of the way, because of how soft your boundaries are. It doesn't make you someone who's weak. It just makes you someone who is more trusting, okay, more trusting and lacking boundaries for sure. Why is listening with your heart here? Five of sticks, three of cups, two of swords. And at the bottom we have knight of wands. Your heart will going to tell you three emotions. At first, conflict, drama, hardships. You will not gonna get anything in return emotionally. You will be emotionally drained. Listen to that first feeling. Okay. Second of all, your heart will gonna let you know that this connection, or this love connection, is something that's casual. This is not something to be settled down with. This is something that you enjoy each other's company, you like to go out, and it can build into something. Okay, so let's just go with the flow at the moment. Then comes a connection that there would be a person who will be so sure about you that the stuckness that you have felt all these years, or this person would be someone who's basically navigate you through the stuckness. Okay, so you'll be feeling three kinds of energies and you are ready to listen to your heart when you're feeling these feelings. So if you're meeting someone, if you're feeling conflict, if you're feeling that this person is emotionally unavailable, there is drama involved, there is conflict involved, there is competition involved, there is third party energy involved, steer clear. The second would be just the fun type of a person. So your heart will gonna say you can have fun at the moment because you enjoy the company, but don't get too serious, don't get too attached, don't be attached to the outcome. Because when this now why? Because don't try to build castles in your head about if I and this person will gonna start living after marriage somewhere else, etc., etc. So that when this relationship ends, you are not in a heartbreaking spiral. You are someone who will be able to handle it because you yourself knew that this connection will gonna end and we are just in here for temporary. Then there would be someone who will gonna pull you out of your stuckness, will be so aligned with you. For that person, your thoughts will gonna matter, your intellect will gonna matter, everything about you will gonna matter. That could be your person. So these are the three energies that I'm picking up. Okay, so you have to decide like who, how to navigate these relationships. So these would be the three things that you can feel. Why is the imagination here? Ten of Cups, Nine of Wands, and we have Ten of Pentacles. And then we have Six of Wands at the bottom, and Eight of Cups, and Six of Stone. By literally nurturing your, having your boundaries, nurturing your, you know, feelings and your intuition, you will understand which is the connection that is worth taking forward, which is the connection that is worth walking away from, and which is the connection which is basically an equal give and take. You know, it's like both, it's grounding as well as it's emotional. If you can see, this is basically um, an amphibian who can live in the water as well as on the land. So this is like maintaining the balance, like who can hold you grounded, okay, but it's not that stoic or practical enough to not invest emotional times as well with you. Because what is coming out here is that use the information from your heart and your intuition, use these boundaries, okay, so that you can navigate to the Ten of Cups to Ten of Pentacles. See, what I'm picking up here is that, and maybe this is something that's important, which is why this thing is being highlighted so much, and that is we seeking a perfect person out there who can give us a perfect relationship is a myth. First of all, anyone who's promising you, no, no, it doesn't work that way. It works when we align with ourselves. It works when we understand what are our fears in the relationship, what we need to work on, what kind of a person do we want. Like, for example, um, if I grew up in a conditional love where my parents, and most of the people grew up like this, right? Where my parents put conditions on me before showering, that doesn't mean that my parents didn't love me. It's just that it's a style of parenting, and how I perceive that style is something which comes from my own soul imprint. For some people, conditional love is motivating. For others, conditional love is a trauma, right? And this is what happens. So you have to basically work on yourself so that you align with yourself. You get so calm that the next person, after getting healed, you attract in your life is someone who can give you the feeling, a grounding feeling, a settling feeling, The love that feels like forever, that feels destined, fated, intense, romantic, also stable, commitment, family, okay? But it will only come once we have our boundaries strong, once we have learned the lessons from the past. And how can we literally navigate this is basically listening to our heart, to our intuition, getting in touch with ourselves. Knowing that if something is being done to us and my intuition is saying, no, this Michael Kors watch is too much, too much on a second date. I can't take it. Just say no, politely decline. I can't take it. Or I didn't appreciate the gesture. Okay. So that is what is coming in for you, pile number three. Okay, so take it how it resonates, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye bye, take care.